it's Willow here from Willow's Web Astrology, and I just thought I would do a quick little video today as a Willow's Web Astrology update because I have not posted a video for about a year and a half now. Today I posted my very first gardening video in 4 years, so get excited, get excited. The long wait is over. Yeah, the gardening video gold it's right there. It's right there. It's right available for you. So anyway, I also thought that I would update people on how Willow's Web Astrology is doing because I've been less out there in the public, let's say, for a while now. So yes, I have had actually 2 major moves in less than 3 years, and so it's been a bit of a whirlwind situation going on, and I think I'm just on the other side of the whirlwind at this point. I think I've just touched down on solid ground here. So the first move I made was from southeast British Columbia to a city actually I just said the name of it, didn't I? So I might as well just say it. To Regina, Saskatchewan. And I was only in Regina temporarily because I'm really not a city person. I actually wasn't planning on moving from BC, but the universe had other ideas, so I ended up moving back to where my family lives. And so I spent 2.5 years in Regina, and it was hot and heavy. So I was working on basically 3 simultaneous overlapping activist campaigns. Would not recommend that to anyone. It's a danger of burnout central there for sure. But you know, we're in very emergency type times, really. I mean, there's no other way to put it, is we're in emergency times. So I was working on the opposing cell tower densification and the 5G wireless rollouts. I actually had started working on that in BC and started working on the city council there. And then when I moved to Regina, they were coming up with a cell tower protocol that is what they actually came up with was completely useless. So total waste of taxpayers' dollars even producing such a laughable protocol. But basically what they came up with was that they would set a protocol where cell towers had to be at least 150 meters from a dwelling or a place where people work. But the information that I presented to them showed that even at 500 meters, cell towers have been proven to have an increased risk of cancer. At 400 meters, there is a 3 times higher risk of getting a cancer diagnosis, but that was with 3G and 4G technology. 5G radiation is many times more intense than, many times more toxic than 4G, and it requires many times more cell antenna, in the environment, and that includes full-size cell towers, that includes base stations, and that includes repeaters on light posts and such. And so this totally useless cell tower protocol came up twice, and I did 2 full delegations opposing what they were thinking of and presenting, literally multiple court cases worth of information showing the dangers of cell towers, which we have known for 30 to 40 years now. So, this is not new information. There are 10,000 plus peer-reviewed scientific studies showing that wireless radiation does cause health harm. So anyway, that, not to get off of my soapbox, but yep, they're killing us with this stuff. So let's not mince words on that one. I'm a Plutonic astrologer. I'm not here to mince words, am I? I'm not here to gloss over it with unicorns and fairy dust. There's the astrology set that does that, but that's not this girl's gig. So, yeah. So I was furiously working on that. I've compiled documents that I believe would hold up in court. I've compiled documents that any member of the public could read and educate themselves on this issue. Those are available to anyone who wants them. You can contact me if you'd like them. They're posted publicly, free use, right? I'm anarchist, so I'm happy if someone's using my information and my work to fight this bullshit. As long as you're not trying to pass it off as your own, which is plagiarism, I'm happy for people to use this information. So yes, I was fighting that. And then at the same time, the absolute fools on Regina City Council decided to try to sneak water fluoridation past us in a city with a historical majority opposed. And so we've now been fighting water fluoridation for almost 4 years in Regina now. So I have done 4 delegations to Regina City Council in a 2.5 year period, 3-year period. 2 opposing water fluoridation and 2 opposing cell tower densification and their ridiculous cell tower protocol. So, and on top of that, of course, I was fighting the mandates and the forced masking and the coercive shots, and I was trying to raise the red flag about the mRNA shots, and so I did a lot of work on that too. So as you can see, mRNA shots and toxic COVID protocols, deadly COVID protocols, artificial water fluoridation, and cell tower 5G. I've been working on all of that, like I said, overlapping campaigns, which is, if we weren't in these times, I would not be doing it. So what's actually happened is that because I've been doing all this unpaid and extremely energy intensive activist work and public education work, because of course we're getting attacked, attempted to be discredited, we're getting mocked, we're getting censored, we're getting, you know what I mean, we're getting attacked for telling the truth all the time, which is nothing new on planet Earth, but it's it's like I say, activist work is very energy intensive, okay? And especially if you're not hitting on one of the pet issues, right, that are popular to be activisty on. If you're going for the life and death issues like I am, people aren't here for it. So basically what's happened is that first what happened was that I realized I didn't have the energy to write the free public blog anymore. So I'm an intuitive astrologer. I'm a professional intuitive astrologer for the past 18 years. And I've also been a professional astrology writer. Excuse me. And I wrote astrology articles relentlessly nonstop for 16 solid years. So 2 full Venus cycles, right? A Venus cycle is 8 years. So 2 full Venus cycles. And I wrote free articles on the public blog, which were not free for me to produce, but they were free to the public. And then I also wrote longer, more in-depth articles for paid patrons. And so as I said, this was my MO for 16 years. And then, like I say, the unexpected move from BC to Saskatchewan took a lot out of me. The 3 overlapping activist campaigns, as well as trying to get them, trying to shut down this push into nuclear power as well, because there's a huge push into nuclear power going on all across Canada, but in my province in particular. As Fukushima fallout is collapsing the Pacific Ocean, as babies are still being born with Chernobyl heart birth defect. These fools have taught all the social media generation kids that nuclear power is clean, green, sustainable, and the answer to climate change. Oh my goodness. Are we living in a satire? Like, is it just pure satire now? Like, there's no normal life. We're just strictly in a dystopian, technocratic satire? I think so, but anyway. So the first thing that happened was that I realized this girl ain't got the energy to keep that public blog up anymore. So I'm just going to refocus on the paid articles and doing paid readings, right? That I'm going to focus on the paid work because that's all I have the energy to do. Well, the activist work and the public education work did not end. It did not cease. It just kept going. And at a certain point, I didn't even have the energy to do the paid patron articles anymore. And that was a real shocker to me because I thought I would be doing those till the day I died. I literally thought I'd be writing those things right up until my last days on earth, you know? So it just goes to show you that we're in these very surprising, very unexpected times, very transitional times, and we just don't know where we're going to be directed 100%, right? Now, astrology is chef's kiss, invaluable guide for these times and for helping us to understand these things. Absolutely. Not plugging myself, but just saying that astrology is just a beautiful tool to help us. Um, so what ended up happening was I basically had to stop doing all the astrology writing, the paid and the unpaid astrology writing, because there just was not enough energy to go around, right? Well, then I discovered, oh, I am actually among the electromagnetically hypersensitive. So once I moved actually into a city, and I don't know if you noticed, guys, but the cities are insanely chock full of new cell towers, new base stations, and then just all these people who are addicted to wireless devices. So they've got their smartphone in one hand, they've got a pair of AirPods in. So I was getting ill. I had two major cell tower injuries, which I did a video on that, my cell tower injuries testimonial, if you want to look at that. And I was also just getting regularly injured, even walking past someone in AirPods. Those things put out a insane amount of radiation, you guys. Like, it's not healthy at all. It's not good for you at all. And you're basically you're frying the people around you as well. You think you're shutting out the world. You're basically just frying your brain, frying your head, frying your whole body, and then frying people all around you. This is the long and the short of it. Like, you know, I'm just ahead of the game, you guys. I'm just ahead of the game. So I understand this 20, 30, 40 years before the mainstream public does, but I don't think we have 20, 30, 40 years left. I don't think biological life will survive what they have planned for the 5G and 6G rollouts and artificial intelligence and all the wireless radiation that they're trying to introduce. I don't think we have 20 to 40 years to figure this out. So anyway, so yes, I had to sacrifice something that was just my life's blood. It was so near and dear to my heart, which was the astrology writing. Okay, and I'm still sad. I'm still upset about it. I'm still sad about it, right? Lots of changes, lots of things have happened. However, the general point of this is that I am, throughout this whole time, I've been doing paid astrology readings. So it may seem as if I've disappeared, or I'm not as, I'm not on, I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm not putting out these videos and that kind of thing, but I am still working away behind the scenes diligently. And so yes, I'm available for readings. I'm also available for tutoring and lessons. I obviously study the astrology daily, just to keep up on what's going on for my readings, but also for my own personal uses and navigational help. So that's basically what Willow's Web's been up to. Okay, so fast forward to a year ago, and I realized I had to vacate the city due to the cell tower, due to the multiple times I was getting sick and injured by cell towers and wireless devices. I just realized I gotta go. I gotta go. Little did I know that the 5G rollout has come to almost every town, village, and even hamlet in Saskatchewan. I mean, the horror just never ends, you guys. The horror never ends with this stuff until we end it. But anyway, I have moved to a rural location, and I'm out of range of all cell towers at this moment, and I will fight very hard to make sure that stays the case. Now, the other thing that is ongoing is the fight against water fluoridation in Regina. So again, just an absolutely insane and corrupt move. it makes no sense. We just had the September 2024 court ruling in the US that water fluoridation is neurotoxic, so poisonous to the brain, is associated with decreased IQs in children, and is a, quote, unreasonable risk for children's health. Okay? So, yes, and Regina City Council insists on steamrolling forward for the first time in history on putting this poisonous substance into the water. I mean, it's madness. It's sheer madness. So we have had, as I say, there have been 3 votes with 2 separate councils because the first council got almost completely turfed. Unfortunately, this new council, we didn't get enough non-agenda pushers on there, or people who are kowtowing to the agendas for their own popularity and such. But basically, it's come down to legal action. So that's the only thing that could possibly stop them from putting the fluoride in the water at this point. And so that's what I'm hoping we've got going on, is a judicial review of all the evidence that we've presented to council that has been completely ignored as they steamrolled forward. Okay. So there were 3 votes, and as I say, each vote there was, very intelligent opposition to, we presented multiple court cases worth of information on fluoridation's dangers, and it was completely ignored, and they just steamrolled forward with it. So the third and is it the final? I mean, these things go on forever. We've been fighting fluoridation for 80 years. There have been people who've been fighting it for 80 years. I know a lawyer, John Remington Grant, who's been fighting it. He actually proved water fluoridation to be carcinogenic in 3 U.S. courts of law, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Illinois, in the 1970s and 80s, late 1970s, early 1980s. So we have known that water fluoridation is carcinogenic for over 45 years, and the practice has continued. Now we know it's been proven neurotoxic. It's also terrible for thyroid. That's another major element that they could be taken to court over on the thyroid issues as well. So it's just absolute madness what's going on. There's a paid fluoride lobby, and they're very sophisticated. They've got, all the linguistic tricks up their sleeves, and they're very aggressive, very hostile, very passive aggressive. They have certain city councilors on the hook, certainly. So yeah, legal action is the only thing that can stop this catastrophe before it begins in Regina. So I've been helping. So I did a second delegation against fluoride on May 2nd, 2025. And I didn't actually record it or post a video because I was presenting the identical information from my first delegation that was completely ignored. So if you really want to see what the information that I put forward, it's in the December 2022 video that I posted about the fluoride. So this is basically what I've been up to, is just a whole ton of activist and public education work, combined with I made my second major move to, like I said, to a rural area of Saskatchewan. So I've been just kind of working to set up my life here too. So basically I'm always available. Well, I'm available for readings on a continual basis, let's say, or a regular basis. I will be just sort of following along as we all are, right? With this, we're on the other side of the mass orchestration that we've just been through. Obviously, I would say we're going through a covert World War III right now with the number of casualties and injuries that we're seeing. And I actually believe that it's a combination of the mRNA shots and the 5G radiation and the extreme levels of wireless radiation people are being exposed to. I think those are acting in synergistic ways to make people ill. And I can speak from personal experience that that both water fluoridation is toxic and cell towers and base stations are toxic, and wireless devices in general certainly can be. So yes, so the work continues and the battling continues. Obviously, this is, you know, spiritual warfare just as much as it is attempts to poison our physical bodies. The attempts to poison our physical bodies and to have people sort of delusional or in denial about that happening is one arm of it, but it's obviously, there's also, you know, emotional, psychological, spiritual warfare going on, energetic warfare going on as well. And so these are times where we have to redirect ourselves, often very rapidly. And we really can't, there's not much time to mourn, there's not much time to look back. There's, you know, we're really having to stay in the present moment and really just roll with whatever is needed, whatever's most needed from us at this time, right? And the thing about it is that after going through such a hellish, you know, let's say past 5 years, people are exhausted. You know, there's still businesses that are going under due to the insanity that we've been put through. There's still a lot of chaos. Of course, there's a massive housing crisis going on in Canada and other countries as well, I'm certain. There's just, you know, there's a lot of instability in our societies, unfortunately, and so we have to build our stability wherever we can, but also be willing to be fluid, and when something changes, we adapt to it, right? I think there's a statement about how, like, it's not the strongest of the species who survive, it's the ones that are most able to adapt to the changing conditions. And we have been in artificially orchestrated upheaval, well, for hundreds of years, right? Maybe thousands, I don't know. But certainly this whole orchestration we've just been through was done by design. So the situation is that, yes, we're grounding ourselves and you know, building stability wherever we can, but we're also moving when we need to. We're making moves when we need to, and we continue making moves, okay? So I just wanted to give you guys a little update. You guys, like, do I even have any viewers anymore? I don't know. But basically, I just wanted to give an update about what's going on with Willow's Web Astrology. Willow's Web Astrology has been alive and well this whole time, and it will continue, as long as you know, is seen fit. But I'm just, you know, on a more sort of behind the scenes type of track now. So I miss the writing terribly, and I really wish that, you know, it was possible, but I just, you know, I'm just being stretched in too many other ways. So if you need some astrological services, I would be happy to discuss that for you. I'm happy to do lessons and tutoring, but otherwise I'm still working on all of these campaigns, all of these areas that I've been working on for the past number of years. I'm still working on, and yeah, that'll be it. That'll be it for the foreseeable future. But yes, I just wanted to let you know that Willow's still here, rocking it out behind the scenes, day by day, and I'm still here rocking out those intuitive astrology readings also.